Good morning, hockey fans. This is Steven Heisler with HeisHockey.com, the Victorious Hockey Company, and the Junior Hockey Discussion Group on Facebook. You are watching the Junior Hockey Morning Show. We are on the World Sports Broadcasting Network, WSBN.TV. You can watch also on YouTube, Facebook, X. Hope that you enjoyed your last couple of days of hockey. Getting into the crazy part of the year. I want to do a quick programming note. If you're watching this show on the Junior Hockey Discussion Group, you're going to have to start migrating to my personal page on Facebook. Just follow me or friend request me directly, Steven Heisler. There is an issue with private groups all of a sudden. Our group has been attacked somewhat by some other entities. So Facebook has decided that on April 23rd, we will no longer be able to broadcast through Boxcast directly to our private group. But you can still watch the show live in the mornings on my personal Facebook page, or you can watch it on X, YouTube, where else? That's it. So that'll start on April 23rd. So today's article on HeisHockey.com was free. The 8 cockroaches of junior hockey. And we'll talk about that this morning. I may get in a little bit of trouble. It's April. I do that on occasion. So we'll see how this goes. And here's why I'm doing this. There's new people, new players involved every year that come up, you age into junior hockey, maybe they're coming out of 16U, whatever else, and they really don't understand or know who the bad guys are. And these 8 entities that I'm going to talk about this morning are groups or entities that you should probably avoid. A lot of times these guys stay in the game because they're able to. That there's a new crop of players rotating through every year, and guys leave, guys come in, and families just don't know who the bad actors are. Please understand, this is entirely based on my opinion, and that's important. So don't sue me for having an opinion. This is my personal thought about each of these entities going forward. So let's start with that. There is seldom just one cockroach in the kitchen. Warren Buffett said that a couple years ago, and it really fits today's topic. Junior hockey needs an exterminator. You know what? When you got bugs, you call an exterminator. They come in, the professionals, they clean the garbage out, they set traps, and before you know it, the roaches are gone. The ants are gone. The termites are gone. That's what we need in the game. The bad guys right now move from situation to situation, team to team, league to league, avoiding consequences everywhere they go. And that's the problem between sanctioned and non-sanctioned hockey, going from junior to pro to youth. These guys kind of slip through the cracks, and we're seeing a lot of that right now. So when is our game going to do more than just sweep the problem out the door, hoping they don't come back? Safe Sport is there for USA Hockey. Canada has their version. The non-sanctioned groups have their version. But what's happening is a lot of these bad guys, questionable entities, are just going from one to the other and really circumventing any sort of consequences. Really, Safe Sport to date has been little more than a pacifier for the complainer. You complain, you file a report, minimal's happening. And in reality, Say Sports shouldn't even be in the investigation or punishment business at all. It's a federal mandate. It should be federally protected and federally investigated. But that's not happening right now. So today we're going to list 8 entities to avoid this offseason. First, the Minnesota Wilderness, North American Hockey League. How is Dave Boyd still involved? You know, the guy that was the head coach of the team and general manager of the team when young Brendan Phelps, the assistant coach, was making his way into bedrooms and into car parking lots of boys. Got caught on video trying to snag a 16-year-old boy. It was weird. Now, it was a setup video. It was a catfish video, but still, there's Brendan Phelps trying to get with a 16-year-old boy in a park. Now, we had rumors earlier that season about a party that happened and a player that had woke up in bed half naked with Phelps. And then Boyce, allegedly, was hazing the guy all year, picking on the kid all year. And then the Phelps incident, the video incident, happened during the offseason after that season. But all year long, Boyce was bullying this kid. It was a common joke in the locker room, on the bus, in the hotel rooms. But yet somehow Boyd circumvented any State Sport investigation. Next, El Paso Rhinos. Normally, El Paso would be much higher on the list. But the owner, Corey Herman, ex-coach, got smart and stopped interfering with Joe Coombs, letting Joe Coombs do what Joe Coombs does. Pick his own players and win hockey games. Amazingly enough, El Paso had a pretty good year this year. How? Corey Herman stayed out of hockey operation. Corey Heon or Peon, whatever the hell his name is, stayed out of NAHL hockey operations. Presto. Now, El Paso can be a good destination for 20 bombs on one-way agreements when you don't let them send you to the 3HL team. Not a bad place to go. Joe Coombs is a good coach. There you go. Don't drink Corey Herman's Kool-Aid when you get there. Next, Amarillo Wranglers. Harry Mahood. Dirty Harry. My mom, Harry. You want to ask questions about that? Google Harry Mahood. He is probably still not allowed to enter some hockey rinks in Arizona. Was not a good guy when he was coaching in Amarillo before. He was not a good guy. Tried taking Scott Langer's job in Topeka, behind the back, underhanded, little antics, trying to go to the owner to get Langer's job. It was pathetic. When he got rolled out of Topeka, he tried going to Tony Catelli with the Tornado. That didn't fly. So he went out to Amarillo, was an assistant coach under Dennis Williams and Rocky Russo, still trying to needle his way in there. Just a bad dude. Just a bad dude. Across the board. Now he's back in Amarillo, not really the coach. There was a story about the coach that was there. He got fired, and it was pretty much all Harry Mahood. Dirty Harry is at it again. Don't go to Amarillo if you have to deal with Harry Mahood. That's my opinion. Next, Paragon Sports Consulting. Owner Kobe Drost was arrested and jailed on December 20, 2021. The charges: sexual abuse, public sexual indecent contact, assault, touch to injure, disorderly conduct with fighting, and third-degree criminal trespassing. I don't know if these charges stuck. I know he was arrested. Something happened. I don't know if he was prosecuted. I don't know if he was convicted. I don't know how long he was in jail for. But that's probably a lot of smoke with no fire. There's got to be something there. Something happened. Let him deal with it. But for now, that program will be on the do not contact list. Next, the Charlotte Rush, or any organization that has anything to do with Ryan Carruthers. This is a guy that tried to lease Corpus Christi whole franchise a number of years back, almost ran that proud team right into the ground. I know there's issues in Corpus with malpractice ice and these things. And Cassidy Lane does a pretty good job as a team president. And I'm not doing very well on the ice. But what Carruthers tried doing was ludicrous. Literally telling kids, if you pay the full rate, then it was Lake Tahoe, I believe, and, of course, the Rush, that you would get an opportunity in Corpus Christi. Since that time, he's bounced from job to job and place to place. Still, same old thing. So for now, don't believe anything Carruthers tells you, and definitely don't go to the Charlotte Rush. Next, the Metro Jets. You know that guy, that team in Detroit. I think they have 3 teams, Tommy. 2 at the premier level of the USPHL, 1 at the elite level. But let's say this. Any coach that is going to run up the score to 37-1 is not a leader of men. He's just a punk. Justin Quenneville was forced to retract a public statement regarding that win after the opposing coach posted a video of his team discussion before the game, completely annihilating what Justin Quenneville had said, forcing a retraction of that statement. Quenneville's attempt to justify the beatdown was full of lies. It also solidified his career as officially tanked. Can't touch that guy. Can't send any kids to that guy. I know people in Detroit will still go play because they like to win because they're in Detroit. That's a no-go. Don't go there. Don't let your kid be subject to that level of character or lack of character. Speaking of lack of character, next on the list, the Helena Bighorns. The defending North American 3 Hockey League champions, asterisk, should be avoided by any and all self-respecting hockey families. Why? Don't take my word for it. Go pick any 10 home games from the past season, and you watch those 10 home games. I don't care who they're against, any 10 games, and you tell yourself as a parent that that's the environment, that's the character, that's the level of influence you want over your kid. If that's the kind of hockey that you want your son to be a part of, don't call me. I'm not your guy. Actually, get yourself out of my group. Block me from discussing again, because if you want your kid to play in that environment, I'm not your guy. That's gross. That's not a way to produce a young hockey player. That's not the way to prepare your son for his future as an adult. Period. Last but not least, the most important group to avoid this year, every year, top hockey prospects. I'm going to read this one word for word. Anthony Tony Da Silva is the owner of Top Hockey Prospect. You can't find his name on the webpage. You can't find any of his staff on the webpage. I don't know if you can find a phone number. Maybe you can get a phone number. But this is a company that is basically put on earth to attract young boys. In 2012, about 12 years ago, Da Silva was charged with 75 counts, including using a computer to seduce a child, transmitting harmful material to a child, and inducing a child to engage a sexual performance. He spent 244 days in Polk County Jail. He's now doing